We are live. Wednesday night with those guys, and Wednesday night with those guys is sponsored by those guys. Welcome everyone to Wednesday night with those guys, and this is where we talk about everything in the drone world and promote the usage of drones. And if the weather is nice where you are, please let me know how the weather is where you are and if you've been able to get out and fly your drones. So feel free to put it in the chat, guys, wherever you are, what's the weather's like, if you've been able to get out and fly your drone today, and flap your wings. What's going on, Lawrence, on this lovely Wednesday afternoon or Wednesday evening, wherever you are in the world? Afternoon, evening, morning, or Thursday morning. But how you doing there, Lawrence?
I'm good, man. I'm good. It's another week. It's hump day. Already September, man. Already. The year is flying by. Huh?
You know what? That good looking dude got a birthday coming up.
You?
Yeah, of course.
When's your birthday?
In September.
I know that. What day?
The 19th.
Okay, so all right, so that's like just before the barbecue.
Yeah, just before the barbecue.
Okay.
/ meetup. Right. It's the day after the stream of that.
The day after the stream, so we're gonna throw a little party on during the stream or what?
Oh Lord, no.
Why not?
Can't take it.
John Olson says he flew yesterday at Sedgemere Bridge. Hey, Matt Bagwell, Draymond, let me say what's up. That's right. On the West Coast, it's triple digits from Phoenix all the way up. Let me say what's up to everybody real quick. John Olson, SJM, Johnny Drone Flyer, Matt Bagwell, Draymond, Recovery One. Jody was here. Waypoint, New England. SJM. Yellow Rose says he's lurking, but in the background. And whomever else may be lying in the cut. Click that like button if you haven't already, please.
Lurking.
We welcome lurkers too.
It's a little ways off, John, but thank you. So what's good?
No, not a whole lot, man. I'm a little disappointed because I have more FPV birds down than I have flying right now. So that's not good. I did repair one, so I have 1, 2, 3. I have 3 flyable FPV birds, but I have another 3 that are down. And I haven't even had a chance to fly FPV.
For the guys in the chat, right, that fly FPV, right? A show of hands by putting a 1 in the chat. How many FPV drones do you have? Is it more than 1, or do you have more than 2? So if you have if you have more than 2, put 2. If you have
it's too early to ask. All these guys are camera drone pilots.
No, Johnny flies FPV.
Yeah, Johnny flies FPV now. This is true.
Okay,
this is very, very true. See, he has 2.
See, Johnny's got more than one FPV drone. And you see, Johnny, he's got 3 and complaining about.
And 3 of them that are down.
Ask him why those 3 are down. He flies
the Avata. Yes, the Avata does count. If you put goggles on to fly, it does count.
I'm a true believer is that it can't fall off the floor. So if they can't fly it, you can't break it again.
True.
Yeah. See how my logic works? You got 3 perfectly fine working drones. Plus, I don't want to hear about your raises anymore. You got Enterprise Maverick 3 on the way. I don't want to hear about.
I was going to mention the Mavic 3 Enterprise on the way, but since you brought it up, congratulations.
I don't want to hear anymore about. I don't have a Mavic 3 Enterprise.
Well, all I can say is, John Olson, Brooklyn Jimmy, what's up? Eldon, John Olson says happy birthday to you.
Oh, I saw that. That's why I thanked him.
Okay.
So what?
So you don't want to hear nothing. Well, I can't say I got a raise. I haven't gotten a raise in a minute, but congratulations on the Mavic 3 Enterprise.
You know what?
To the family.
I don't
Another one.
I don't understand how some guys' logic works. I haven't gotten a raise and I got him more work. I got him a drone to use, and now he's like, "Oh, I haven't gotten a raise."
And I haven't brought any new watches lately either. You forgot to tell me you didn't want to hear about that either. I haven't. I got this old clunker on, man, that I've been wearing for about 3 months. It's a basher. It's a clang. I had to get something. You can listen. You cannot wear a $700 watch, bro, to work in a construction site every day. EBR was good. Anyway, welcome to Wednesday night with those guys. I digress. I'm slumming now.
Anyway,
hey, we deserve this. We worked hard. You know how long it took us to get the stuff that we have now?
Anyway, back to the drone business.
What's up, Corey?
I try.
You try.
I try. Anyway.
Oh, ask EBR, how many FPV drones does he have? John Coopy's here. Ask that FPV question again. I was complaining, guys, because I have 3 drones that are flying and 3 drones that are down. Okay. And Herman was saying, well, how many drones do you need? So
the only difference between John Coopy and what did you say? EBR FPV?
Yeah.
The only difference between them and everybody else that's in the chat is that they didn't get to hear how ungrateful you are.
I am truly grateful for everything that I have. I'm humbled. Hey, Jim's droning. I am truly grateful for everything that I have. Seriously, I joke around a lot. You know, I haven't brought a new watch in 3 months. We got a Mavic 3 Enterprise coming to the business. Okay, you know, the Matterport. These are things we worked hard for this stuff. Did we not? You worked hard for them boxes behind you.
Anyway.
See, EBR says, I don't know. He has over 80 drones, 80 FPV birds. That's just off the top of his head. And you talk about my little 3 birds and 3 down. I don't, if Marcel comes in here, he's got about 20, 30, I'm pretty sure. But anyway, I digress.
Okay, so let me ask you this. Ask them if anybody's ever spent $3,000 and change, almost $5,000 on a drone for them to fly.
Well, see, that's kind of hard now.
Back to the drone news.
No.
Okay. Commercial the commercial UAV Expo. Believe it or not, Lawrence, it kicked off yesterday. Believe it, right? September 3rd through the 5th.
Yes.
Yeah, they had a big opening day, I believe, over there with a whole lot of exhibits. So I guess if the guys who I know some of the guys in the community are supposedly going over there, and I don't know. I wish I could have got to go, but I couldn't go. You had that advertisement for that?
Yes, I got it queued up and everything right here, ready to go.
Well, yeah.
And that's it.
Oh, nice.
Now, for those of you who don't have the website, what I'll do is I will put the link in the chat. You can still register. They still have room.
Well,
If you're in the area.
Now it's if you're in the area, because it's almost impossible to get a room or anything out there for almost anything right now. Especially with all the events that are coming up about this time. Yeah. Because isn't it I don't know if the months are off on it, but it's getting close to all the big bodybuilding events and Olympia and everything like that.
Yeah, they're starting to fill up their fall program. John Coopy wants to know, is anyone buying the Neo? Because
the Neo?
I am not.
Yeah, not yet.
No, I'm not going to buy it at all. I'm going to totally pass on it. If I buy anything FPV, it'll probably be a pre-built FPV Cinewoop.
Mm-hmm.
I want something larger than a Pavo Pico, and I don't want to build it.
Until the video comes out and Lawrence is like, I'm flying the DJI Neo. I'm going to attempt to fly through this apartment.
Oh, no, I'm not. Jim's Droning says he's getting one, John. Are you getting one, John Coopy? Bind and fly. Yeah, I want to bind and fly, Barkley. How are you? I definitely want to bind and fly, because I have Crossfire, I have O3, I have the V2 goggles that use O3. I'm good.
Okay.
I don't need another controller.
Well, when we get to that part of the thing, I think I got a little thing to tell you about that controller.
Okay. John Raymond says add Lawrence to the Ron Brown list of people that say they're not buying one.
And then end up with one next week.
John Coopy says he's not interested either. In fact, John Coopy, do you have anything from DJI? Because I know John Coopy's an original analog guy and has been flying for a while. Do you have anything on the DJI level, like with the controller? Because I don't. I'm still using Crossfire protocol. I like it. I've never had a failsafe. I think the craze over the Neo is going to pass really quickly compared to other DJI. The Neo was put out because of that hover drone. That's all. It's the counter to hover drone. I honestly believe.
You think so?
Yeah, because it's in the same class.
But why would you think that? Because the hover drone is nowhere near
as capable
around for you to get. I don't think you can get your hands on that.
Yeah, see, John Coopy does not own any of the FPV quads. Neither do I. Everything that I have with DJI equipment in it is only the DJI O3 camera.
Yeah, see, he's got the Mavic, what's it, the Air?
The Mavic 2 Air, the Mini 3, yeah, but he does not own the FPV. Yeah, see, he enjoys true analog and digital like I do. I was watching an analog video that I did a while back, and I was like, wow, I really missed analog.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I got a video for you, Lawrence, that was shot with the Mini 3, the Mini 3 Pro.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because in 2 weeks from this Saturday, on September 21st, those guys barbecue and meet up at Brooklyn's Calvert Vaux Park. is the place to be. Right here in Brooklyn, you can't miss it. Just look it up on Les Lawrence. It's got the link for the location.
I could get it by the time you're finished.
Post it, but check out this little video.
And there's the link for the barbecue. Eldon says I fly analog other than the Avata 2. I told you, bro, you want to upgrade to 03, buy the 03 units, and if they fit, we'll look at the drone. If it fits, I'll throw it in. It's not a problem. The Gepard Inbot flies circles around the Avata. See, I was looking at the thin 25. Or is it the 20? I was looking at the Sin 20. The 30, I know it's bigger. I don't know if I want to go that big. I want to keep it around the 2-inch size. But if you're going to 2-inch prop size, that's what I'm talking about. But there's the link to the Facebook group. 03 units are on sale. That's true, Johnny, for $180. I almost brought one because of that.
Really?
But I didn't have nothing to put it in. So now I'm kind of for something to put it in. Eddie Nunez, what's up, man? How are you? Hope all is well.
What's going on, Eddie? So, Lawrence, you gave them the link to the actual Facebook group.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. If you're in the Those Guys group, that's the link. That's where the barbecue will be. John Cooper, if you could send me a link on Messenger for that Sinlog 25 V2, because I need something about that size with that with Crossfire. DJI 03 with Crossfire. If I can get that Sinlog with DJI 03 or DJI 03 Air, I might be interested. The 21st, Eddie, at Calvert Vaux. Everyone's welcome. Nothing major. We've had a couple of burgers, some hot dogs. Oh, you wanted the map location?
Oh yeah, that's the location to the park.
We will be there as early as possible, and we will be there as long as possible.
Well, we're really gonna get started around 9-ish.
True. Yeah, so anytime from 9 on until you're ready to go. Or your batteries run out. If you got a power supply, bring a power supply so you could charge up. Well, that's if you have a generator. I don't know. There are no outlets in that area. See, did you see the light bulb go off over this dude's head when he said, Did you just see that? Wait a minute. And on top of that, if you were a cartoon, I would saw a cloud of smoke.
No, I got credit now. I'm just saying I was gonna
listen to this guy. I haven't brought a watch in 3 months, and he's talking about I got credit. Life is good, huh? Life is good. Yeah, that'd be nice, Eddie. Come on through. Yo, bring it. Listen, we'll be there on the 21st. If it rains, we'll be there the following day. Eddie says he might ride his e-bike through.
Well, I don't expect rain.
Thank you, John. I got it. What happened?
It's supposed to be good weather. My birthday was Thursday. Or is that Thursday? So
is that the Thursday of that week? Okay. Yeah. All right. That'll be what's up. Captain Ray will definitely be there at about 8 o'clock, 7:30, 8 o'clock, Johnny. We know that we had one 2 years ago. Kelly was the first one there.
Yeah, he actually
first last one to leave too.
I actually ran into him when I stepped out the car.
Yeah. So Eddie, it'll be in the same spot where we were before. Those of you don't know, Herman just put the location in the I'm going to show you right now, if you don't mind me sharing, and then we'll get to the drone news and stuff like that. Right here, this is the park, Calvert Vaux Park, but where we will be here. The parking lot is right here in the middle. Parking lot is right here. We will be on the other side of the parking lot in this area right here. I can even share that longitude and latitude.
Now, if you open out, Lawrence, show them the area.
Yeah.
And what's out there to see.
Yeah, from this park here, from this area here, you have all of this park area you can fly. The yellow submarine is even marked on the map, infamous. And this is Coney Island Creek here, but
this
Coney Island Amusement Park is right here.
And then you got Coney Island Park, which is that
I
little
don't
beach.
suggest flying there, but if during the barbecue or afterwards you want to go to Coney Island, you just take this little highway right here, take it down here, and before you know it, you're at Coney Island Amusement Park right here. That's simple. It's like minutes away.
Wait.
Huh?
You don't even have to go that way.
True.
If you open the map back up, I can show you another way.
Another way?
Mm-hmm.
Hold on. I gotta pull that window back up and go back to share. Share screen. Calvert Vaux, share. There we go. All right.
Okay. From right there in the parking lot, 200 feet up and push out straight and keep going.
Here?
Yeah. Towards Coney Island.
Right.
You can't miss the parachute drop. You get there and back in no time.
Well, that's true. That's true. You think they have a street view in the park here? No.
No.
Wait a minute. Wait. No. Psych. No, you don't.
But anyhow,
you could see the parachute ride, from there. If you go straight up in the air from this spot right here where we will be in this whole area here. And from what I understand, the public restrooms are working. They're under construction here, but they're finally working.
They're brand new. They're open.
Yeah. And you don't have to tip the concierge inside. He's just a homeless guy who lives there.
That's just in Far Rockaway where that happens. Anyway, moving right along. Also another event that's taking place. This one's taking place in November, on November 8th through the 10th. That's the Vegas drone meetup. I'm hoping that you guys go check that out. They got a very big spread there planned for you guys. There's a few days of flying and a few days of hanging out. And
they actually have a website.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Simon. Go ahead.
So if you can, feel free to share that website, Lawrence.
Yes, I have the website up here right now. I will share the link from it, copy it. But they even have through the website here, you can book your own room. These will be the places where you guys will be flying at. And you also get to experience the Las Vegas thing. Right here, I want to push something. You can register for the drone meetup, and this is not a paid endorsement, for $49.95 now. After September 8th, it goes up to $70, but this will include the Friday night welcome party, the Saturday morning brunch, and I think they have a raffle with about over $5,000 in prizes. Afternoon group drone demonstrations, T-shirts, goodie bag, all of this stuff that they have going on. Right here, you can hit up Bob, oldfartswithdrones.com, and they even have a number that they're sharing.
Okay.
And if this fits in the chat, hey, Bill, Coast to Coast, how are you? And that's the link right there for their site. So if you're in the Las Vegas area, Tom is over there already. The organizers of the meetup also in that area.
Okay.
So they got a few things going on. You got the drone expo, which is happening this weekend. You got their meetup coming up soon. You got our meetup. In fact, I haven't heard about any meetups this year in New York. Have you?
Here we go again. You're not going to hear about large gathering meetups in New York City because it costs $150 per person to fly in New York City, and you have to register 30 days in advance. You got to have proof of insurance and all kind of other yin yang and where all of the data is going to. So,
never mind.
No one's got time for that because all they need to see is a large gathering and they'll lose their mind.
Mm-hmm. Could you imagine? Drone pilots tased. Drones were falling out of the sky. Oh my God, it was horrific.
Can you imagine that? You get tased by the police and your drone goes into return to home and catches you on the floor salivating.
Foaming at the mouth? Foaming at the mouth? Oh, that would be hilarious, yo. That would really be hilarious.
Yeah. What a thing.
Yeah, but God forbid that happen. I had no idea New York require. Yeah, did John Coopy see? People come to our stream. We've talked about this quite a few times. In order to fly legally in New York, the 5 boroughs, Brooklyn, Queens, whatever, they want you to pay $150, 30 days in advance. And if you're a hobbyist, forget about it. Excuse me. As a Part 107, you have to have proof of your insurance. Active insurance has to be active more than 30 days. You need flight records. All types of logistics about your business and flying. Correct, right, Herman? All this stuff you need to apply for
proof of insurance, and you have to give like the proof of where the data is going and everything like that.
Yes, you have to be able to prove what you do with your data after each and every flight. So you need a record of that, and then the city can still tell you no and keep you 150.
Yeah, John, to fly a drone from New York City streets or New York City parks or anywhere or anywhere in New York City, yes, you have to have that unless you're flying in a park like where our meetup is going to be. Yeah, there's designated areas in the city for flying drones.
Well, not so much. Eldon says Part 107 value diminishing by the day, especially in New York City. Not really, Eldon. Because Herman and we fly here in New York. We do it for work. Someone else pays for the permit. But we fly here in New York, and we found out if most of the 9 times out of 10, if you tell a cop you're a Part 107 pilot, they go, okay. And half of them are like, all right, if my boss doesn't say anything about it, I won't say nothing about it. But
well, here's a real deal. In the outer boroughs,
we got a sponsor time.
City, a lot of times they don't. I've been standing outside of the fence at construction site as the police pass by and see me looking up with the controller in my hand and my vest.
That's true. We've also flown.
Well, going.
We've also flown in Brooklyn down the block, 1 block from a prison. The construction site was right next door to the prison, and the police precinct was on the other side of the construction site. And they would, they would pass us all day long flying from the street, and nobody said a word.
That neighborhood is real hot.
But we did also go to the police precinct and let them know that we would be flying for that company there. Engaged. They have all our information.
Well, Lawrence, we got a break from the sponsors, right?
Go for it. Still 5:30. Nope, 5:31.
For drone news and tech talk, tune in every Wednesday night, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, to Wednesday Night with those guys.
Damn, it looked hot out.
It was hot that day. Shit.
It was.
Then they leave you alone. See, Eldon says the cops been pretty cool. I always wear my credentials, insurance, and all. How do you feel about who in New York City as a tourist going gorilla whooping. Oh, you mean vegan, FPV vegan? I A gorilla, for those of you who don't know what gorilla whooping is, there's a bunch of guys who have tiny whoops and they dive buildings like the Empire State Building, Rockefeller Center. I actually know one guy who does it, FPV vegan. He does gorilla whooping. How do I feel about it? The tourists think it's cute. Me personally, I have mixed feelings about it because should he be flying it? No. The fact that it's a tiny whoop, that doesn't bother me. But it, like I said, I have mixed feelings. I have neither good nor bad feelings about it. Honestly, it's just the places that they gorilla whoop, Herman. You may be sitting in an Applebee's, and all of a sudden you'll see one or two tiny whoops come in and fly the whole Applebee's and go out the door, and they're out. That's gorilla whooping.
So what happened if somebody just starts smacking them out?
Oh, people have tried. They've had kids chasing. He was in the mall one time, and the kid was chasing the whoop.
Good.
You know, so it's like I said, I have mixed feelings about it because they're so tiny. You know, but a tiny object falling from 1,200 feet will pick up a certain amount of speed. It'll probably disintegrate when it hits you, but I honestly have mixed feelings, John Koopy. I have neither good or bad feelings about the gorilla whoopers because I fly a PV myself. I understand, but in the same sense, I condone it and I don't. There is pros and cons. We'd have to sit down and interview one of these guys.
All right. Well, there's some news out there, Lawrence.
What's that?
Well, I guess everybody's expecting this Neo tomorrow, right? We've been talking about it for damn near a month now, right? From what we expect to see in the box and stuff like that. Stuff like that. We've had several pictures of the Neo, right? From the one that shot on the DJI rock.
Yeah.
You know, all of the pictures that you seem to see from all of the drones are shot on that rock from a different angle.
Yeah, I've noticed that. That's probably a rock they have in the office with lights on it and everything. They put the drone this way.
No, it's right outside. It's outside in the.
It's on the property of DJI.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's basically a boulder. Okay. All right. That's what's up.
Yeah, it's decoration for the area. Decoration. Yeah. You know, you've seen it before. And then we've seen what everybody was talking about. Oh, the fly more and all this. Remember back then when someone all the fly more. They talked about fly more. I mean, it started a whole craze, but you know, we did the thing. What we did mention that was expected from it was, and this was the one that you were really hot on because of the, you know, the AI technology involved in this one. Palm takeoff and these quick shot. Who knows? I mean, the 12 what's the 12 megapixel photos?
Yeah.
And the seeing the damn thing right here in my face. What about the 4K video? 18 minutes on the battery, right? That was something that, you know, never changed from all of the stuff that we had seen leaked or supposedly leaked, right?
Right.
I mean, I didn't want to get too crazy on it, and everybody was all big on this drone. Like I said, we've been talking about it for damn near about a month now, right?
Yeah.
All the stuff, you know, what's that, the old Palm launch, and we've seen all of these pictures and stuff that advertised it. So
This is true.
It almost just, you know, overshadowed the whole talk about the Air 3S. And then finally, there was pictures about the Air 3S that had come up last week or week before last or whatever. Because we weren't here, right? We were gone for a while.
No, we weren't.
Right, because I was up at camp with the kids, and you were doing some stuff. So
Yeah.
we're back here another week, but we're talking about this drone, right? And the things that we did see on it was that we knew that it was supposedly um there was what, a new controller for this drone.
Okay.
Right. There was supposedly talked about new controller, which was the this RCN3. This is
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
controller.
Yeah. They're going
Was
back to the
something that
cell
said
phone.
you didn't, yeah, but you said you didn't need another controller, and I was like, but I think that this one might be better than the previous ones because of the fact that of the operating system now on these things. You know, what are they working on? The Advocacy, what, 70? I mean, was
Yeah.
it was it 4, right, with this generation?
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, so I guess it probably operate
You
a
know
little better.
what? Question. You brought
What?
up something. You said they just had that's a new controller, right? On OcuSync 4,
Mhm.
supposedly, right? So I'm wondering, would that controller work with other OcuSync 4 devices?
Oh, that's a good question. I mean, I was able, and DJI is real good at this now
Did you
because
put the picture back up of the controller?
because because I know I was able to link the other controller with multiple drones. So
Right, right. So this is what I'm thinking.
not
And
at that same
Jim,
time, but excuse me, where
yeah,
was that?
Jim's droning says, I don't understand that controller. Well, Jim's droning, you see,
Excuse me.
you see where it's holding the phone. The
Uh-huh.
end, that black piece that's clipping the phone in was the actual antenna.
Hmm.
There were wires that came through the piece below it, the little aluminum arms that stretched out on a string. You know what? It I find it hard to believe, Herman. People actually have forgotten about this controller. This was the very first DJI controller that held a cell phone, and then we had the cell phone tablets, remember? Back in OcuSync 3.
Um, Actually, it wasn't the first one that held the cell phone, but it was
But
the first.
of that N1 model type.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, of that N1 model type.
Yeah.
But you have a valid point there. I wanted to show the picture because that's a much bigger base there. So I'm wondering if they have bigger antennas at the tip of it or what.
You think the
But
base is bigger?
the antenna base that's holding the phone, the clip that holds the phone, that top piece definitely looks bigger. Then I'd have to find an old controller, but I don't have one out anywhere to take a look. You could take it down. I just wanted to look at that real quick.
I got one in every one of those boxes, but to go get it is another thing. I don't know. I didn't think it was that big.
Well, we thought they had gotten away from the cell phone, but the reason that they have this particular version is because they want people who want to use their phone. The young people, what do you call them? Generation Z,
Share.
Generation
They want
X,
to
what?
share things.
Yeah,
It's
yeah, yeah.
designed for sharing.
And you can
Right.
download it straight from the drone to your phone.
Right. You can do a lot of things with it with these things now. You know, the
It should
phone
work.
is.
Yeah, I agree. Eldon says it should work with the Air 3 and about 2 controllers.
How quickly guys get bougie. They start getting drones with integrated screens, and now they don't even know what that controller looks like.
Oh, hold on. Surprise. See, ask and you ask. See, unlike you, Herman, we have a
What?
crew here in the background, and here's the
Listen
antenna.
to this
Here's the
crap.
controller, and I am
You,
actually wrong because this looks about the same size as that one. But I'm wondering if this controller, if this antenna is better than the one, or are they still giving you the same controller with a different operating system on it? Good question. Things that make you go,
regardless, the operating system or whatever you want to call it
See,
should be.
tech support to the rescue. Tech support version 2.0. Thank you very much, sir.
Wow.
Hey. Well, I'm sorry. We sometimes you got to have someone on payroll when you're doing these live streams. So when you ask
No?
for things, they just pop up like that.
Okay. What else you need?
I'm just joking. They dug out the radio for me. That's all.
What else do you need?
No, nothing. Same, Lawrence, just 04. It's right, the 04 operating system, which means that controller should control every other drone on Advocacy.
No.
What?
Well, yes. By that matter, yes. Because like I told you, I made a mistake and I mixed up the controllers and I linked the wrong controller to the wrong drone and it worked. So I just
and it worked fine. Well,
yeah.
This is what's going on tomorrow. You've all seen it.
What?
Simple. You 3 seconds. I'm wondering with all those options. Hold on, I want to pause it right there. Right there. You see all of these functions? The smart functions are on top of the drone. I'm guesstimating if this little button you click here is more than just a power button. When it's on,
oh yeah, it's the whole one-touch, whole operating button with that thing. A whole lot.
So that'll be interesting.
See, these are the things that I've noticed from DJI throughout the time. That DJI has made their ports more versatile. They've made the buttons more, multifunctional.
Mm-hmm. More ergonomic. The radios.
I would say smaller and lighter because, believe it or not, their controllers were always easy to hold.
True.
They were just some of them were just heavier than others. They've made them
most definitely.
Like I remember I told you I had the issue with my elbow and the torn ligament in the elbow.
Yeah.
So when I went to the doctor, they asked me about lifting weight and stuff like that, and working and does it hurt when I'm lifting anything heavy at work? I was like, the heaviest thing I lift at work all day is that smart controller.
That's funny.
So I'm having to explain to them how that pinching the sticks causes that nerve and the tendon to hurt with pinching the sticks, moving them. And they're writing this down about the remote control sticks. And I'm like, I sound like a punk.
I know, right? The heaviest thing you lift is an RC Pro, and you're talking about when you pinch when you fly.
Yeah,
and they took it down note for note. You know why? Because somewhere some doctor's going to relate that what you have to using controllers and radios and remotes. Someday, at some time in the near future, someone's going to put it in a book. Say, hey, there's this case out of New York where this guy complained.
Eventually, everybody that flies that has any problems, it's from the pinching. Yeah, that's how they work. Yeah, just pass it down.
Yeah. You should feel good to know you'll be a part of remote control history. The late Jim Droney says, lately the heaviest thing I lift at work is a pen. See? You can brag about that.
But you know what, though, Lauren?
Pinchitis, it's called, Herman. Pinchitis.
This Neo, really, it's the big talk now. Seriously, everybody. If you like it, I mean, I'll never tell anybody not to buy a drone. But if you want it, buy it. Have fun. Knock yourself out.
Yeah, definitely. Why not?
Me personally, I'm looking to get outfitted with one of them power banks with the solar panels. I got credit now.
Oh, here we go.
Anyway,
Oh no. Oh boy, you can't take him anywhere. You've always had credit. You should say my credit is better today than it was yesterday. That makes a lot more sense.
I got credit now.
Oh damn! Here we go.
I will buy nothing for myself again.
I got credit now. I hear you. I hear you. Listen. I totally get it. I do.
Mm-hmm.
And back to the news.
But yeah, well, once again, Lawrence, there's some things happening out there. And what we say, never miss a beat, Lawrence. Never miss a beat.
Right.
Now we got some irresistible gifts here for your next big adventure with 10% off on the Osmo Action 4. This is on the DJI. You got to check this out on the DJI. What's that? They're online.
I got it.
Yeah, you got it.
Yeah, I got
on
it.
The DJI Store. Yeah, check this out. They got all kinds of stuff.
Didn't they just come out with the Action 5? Okay, so all right, 10% off, but they have other stuff too.
But look at it, we got the Action 4, right? That's going for what, $269?
$269, yo.
They must be giving away the 3 now. Like just come in the store and engine one.
But here, I wanted to point this out because I actually said to this deal, and this Avata, the original Avata. Listen to what you're getting. DJI Integra and the RC Motion 2 controller for $759.
Look at that.
I would love to find that in my stocking.
I know the Neo's not costing $1,000 now.
Yeah, for real. And of course you still have the Mini 4 Pro. They're giving away stuff with the
get that
Aglamata t-shirt. That's not how you pronounce it, but I just say Aglamata because it looks close. For $959 with the RC2. So you're getting the Mini 4 with the RC2. The Mavic Pro, the Mavic 3 Pro, 3-lens joint. It's going for $2,100.
Jump on it.
Along with the $40 t-shirt. The best deals are the 2 on the top that I've seen so far. Of course, they're still running the deals for the Ronin. What happened?
You know what's so funny? You laugh every time I pronounce the damn name on the t-shirt, right? But if you got a Google,
here's your power unit, $700. You got $700 credit. We can get one tomorrow on a company business card.
Listen to this guy.
Yeah, we can get one on a company business card, bro.
Do you know how many towers you gotta take pictures of to pay for the Mavic 3 Enterprise?
You say I'll be flying towers well into the new year. Oh damn! Well, let's hold off on the power bank until we can pay.
The power bank might have
this weekend, huh?
The power bank might have you working weekends.
Oh shit! No, never mind. But I will put the link in the chat here. This is from DJI. Guys, check it out. Seriously, that Avata deal. If you've never had an Avata and you didn't get the 2, I bet you'd get one for $800 with the goggles. And now, see, that would make me get it. You know why? Because I would be getting the goggles and a bird. I don't like that little dongle joystick, but I guess I'd have.
What I was trying to tell you about the t-shirt, right?
Yeah.
The Mount Chomaloma t-shirts.
Yeah.
Go to your Google Maps and put that in, Mount Chomaloma. Just say it. Just speak it in there. I bet you it brings up that mountain.
Are you serious? Hold on.
I tried it already.
Mount Chomoloma. It says, show me my Loma. Mount Chomoloma.
There's something wrong with your phone. That's what it is.
Mount Chomoloma. No shit. Yeah, it came up this time. Wow. I never.
And where is it?
Where is it? This
Mhm.
is in Mount Chomoloma, Mount Everest. It's near Mount. It's attached to Mount Everest. It's in the Mount Everest region.
Zoom in real close to see exactly where it is.
North face, south face, Kangshung. What? If I'm looking at the right map, yeah. God says something. Mount Everest, Chomolonga, goddess mother of the world. What? Now they're confusing me. Anyway, back to the stream.
Yeah. I don't know. DJI is so. What's the significance of it? But
What happened?
In that area somewhere. You can't miss it.
Okay. Welcome to MQZ Imaging. How are you? I haven't seen you here before, but welcome. Frank Rizzo, what's good?
Hey, Frank.
Oh, I'd even go 450. Then you could get the 2 Neos. I missed what they were talking about. Love your Ace Pro over the DJI Action. Okay.
Oh, okay.
I was trying to keep up with the chat, but I got lost.
Well, you know what, Lawrence? I got word from a friend of the show.
Okay.
That I wanted to share with you. You know, a little message from Mr. Pottyhead.
Oh no.
Oh yeah.
Oh no.
Hi everybody, Mr. Pottyhead here. Hi Herman. Hi Lawrence. Here's one I hope you'll enjoy. What do you call a black man on the moon? An astronaut. Where did you think this joke was going? All right, let's lighten this one up a little bit. What do you call a nun in a wheelchair? Virgin Mobile. Ha! Well, there's just a couple. Thought I'd stop in and say hi. Great show. Love you guys. See you soon.
Oh, wow.
You had to throw. Well, yes. For those of you who don't know, that's Mr. Pottyhead, and he was nice enough to make a drop for us. Yeah, when he first started, I was like, "Oh no, where are we going with this?" But like you all, thank you, Mr. Pottyhead. I hope we see more of this. Please send us more of these, your skits, and you can check out Jim Beauchart on YouTube. Those of you who don't know him, you should.
Yeah, you gotta know. You absolutely, positively gotta know.
I will put the link for his page in
Oh, please do.
in the chat. You know, he's great comedian, has a lot of good material, good adult material. So if you're sitting there with your, I don't suggest watching with your wife. No, seriously, she might smack you. Some of the stuff that he has. Great guy. Got to meet him in person at the South Florida drone meetup, him and his son. And here we go, right here, Jim Beauchart. Please go by and support his comedy. Yes, his jokes are sick. Yes, they are. Hey, Ronnie, what's good, man? They like that one, Herman. We have to get Mr. Pottyhead to send us some more stuff.
Well, he just happened to send that one to me.
Yeah. He supports those guys, as you see.
But you know what?
Yes, they are great guys.
I need to pour some more apple juice in my glass here.
That's what we're calling it these days.
Well,
Apple juice.
That's what the apples do, right? Unless you eat them.
Never mind.
Or they're rotten, right?
Never mind. Anyway, welcome to Wednesday Night with Those Guys. Wednesday Night with Those Guys is sponsored by Those guys. I'm just
Yay.
I'm just filling in space for Herman. While he pours more apple juice. This is what I got to put up with at work too, guys. Real prankster here too.
I'm just saying, the studio audience,
The canned laughter. Okay.
the guy in the audience, every time you say that, he's directed to hold the card up for everybody to
Right.
Lord.
Okay. What do we got coming up next?
Oh,
I wanted to talk something before we get into the real hardcore news, the second half of the show. The commemorative gold coin. I'm so jealous.
Oh, I don't even have it.
I have it here.
Do
if
you?
Worked, I have it here, so I'll cue it up. If you happen to work for DJI for 10 years as an employee, this is what they've given their 10-year employees. I just want you to see this real quick, and I think it's pretty cool. Share screen. Here we go. They've made a 10-year commemorative coin. Okay. And the front side has the original Inspire on it. It's solid gold coin, commemorative. And the other side, it says 10th anniversary here. I think they should have more inscription, but for gold, it's gold. Then they have the DJI building with birds flying above it and their layout. I thought this was pretty cool that they gave every one of their 10-year employees a gold commemorative coin for all it's worth. You don't think that's hard?
It's nice.
Every 10 years, I wish my employee would give me a gold coin.
You know what? I'd like to go to DJI's headquarters to see.
What?
It's got to be somewhere in the break room, the hallway, somewhere in there, like an art area where they have a picture that has can you find Igor and can you find Deal's drones?
Oh, Cedar, yeah. Oh,
can you find Cedar LV? Yeah. Can you find them on the map? Like a Where's
That would be funny. They should, if they had tours, they could add that to the tour. That would be funny, definitely. Just cross you off Christmas. Just cross you off the Christmas list, Ronnie. I don't know what happened. I missed. I don't know what happened.
What happened? Say I'm sorry.
Oh, I don't know. Ronnie said, good evening, gentlemen. You too, Jim.
Wow.
Nice. All I got was a pen for 25 years with the county park police. Wow, John Olson. He says that's all he got. Was it a gold pen at least? I hope it was a gold pen, or at least silver. But I understand your tale of woe. That too many people work in places and they're not appreciated by, of course, people who own it, except for in those guys' Ariel. And this is not a paid endorsement.
Can't pay no more.
Everyone still likes the boss so far.
Got nothing left.
Everyone still likes the boss so far. Oh no, John said it was wood. A wood pen. Oh my God.
No, those are actually nice though.
Wow.
Because you don't usually make a pen out of wood. You make them out of wood.
It's true. It's true.
And those little aluminum tubes.
Johnny Dronefly says, I got a gold watch from Winn-Dixie. Lawrence might want to buy it. I haven't brought a watch in about 3 months.
Here we go. Don't, Johnny.
Oh, boy.
Anyway.
It's time for that second sponsor.
Good Lord.
Hey, I'm on point tonight.
Are you? Jonah Deere. For pilots who are looking to scale their operations, you have record keeping here. You can build your own website here, show off all your work. You can even find work on Jonah Deere. If that's something that you're looking for, Jonah Deere is for you. There is tools in Jonah Deere to make you a more knowledgeable pilot. Jonah Deere. That's for you.
I'm just wondering when you're going to record that.
I don't know. I kind of like doing it live. It's like it's fun because
Yeah, you get the feeling. I understand totally.
But anyway, there's been, no one likes the drone police, and no one likes when anybody in the community corrects you or tries to curb certain flying behavior. We were just talking about what that was like. You were talking about some gorilla shit y'all was talking about there.
Gorilla whooping?
Yeah. And, no one likes to be corrected by their peers, but it seems like the FAA has hit reckless drone pilots.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but what is this? 341,000 in fines. Believe it or not, Lawrence, they have cracking down, moving, and forcing on safety in the U.S. airspace. So the FAA has proposed, good Lord, $341,413 in civil penalties against
across the United States.
Yeah, against 27 drone operators who violated federal regulations. These are occurrences that happened between October of 2022 and June of 2024. The fines reaching up to $75,000 per violation.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, this is tough.
That was the steepest one, 75,000. Yeah,
75,000. But the most for the most egregious, they're talking about was it 32,700 proposed in fines for an operator who was down, and believe it or not, in Florida. Right. So I mean, these things that took place back in September of 21.
mm-hmm.
That was smacked with that. So they're cracking down, and we all know of how they ran through,
Philadelphia.
Yeah, with what's his name over there?
Mikey.
Mikey, yeah, Mikey. That was horrible. They put on Mikey, boy. I was like,
yeah, but I think he was added to this list also, because this is a list of, from what I had understood, this list goes back to 22. No, 22. It says between October 2022 and June 2024.
Yeah, that's the dates I gave. Yeah.
Yeah. So my answer and response to this is, guys, please don't think they're not going to catch you. I'm not saying they are going to catch you, but they're catching people, and they're catching people. You know why? Because of remote ID. So don't think, okay, I flew from Brooklyn or Queens into Manhattan, went around the Empire State Building, or went left to the UN, and just because you got home safely, you could still get something in the mail. It's just food for thought. I'm not saying they're all over, they're watching all over New York, but come on, 300 and what's the number?
All it takes is for one person, the one right person, to see it complain.
Yeah,
and
They
can, if they wanted to. I mean, I'm not saying that they're going to, but if they wanted to, they can use the time and date to find that information.
Right. Well, remember, we had asked if anyone had flew to Super Bowl, and we didn't hear any news of it. Well, it seems that in California, in California, in 2022, two operators were fined $16,000 and $4,000 One was $16,000. One was $4,000 for flying the SoFi Stadium Super Bowl number 56 in February 13, 2022. So they're just making this known now. Now, this article says from 2022 to June this year, 24, they've issued fines. I'm sure we're going to see more. Wow. The one
Don't
guy
worry. Don't worry. Watch what I'm going to tell you right here and now. Someone will be caught at the Super Bowl this year.
Yeah. Yep.
Or not this, next year, and when it happens.
Here's one. In Cincinnati, Ohio, an individual was hit with $7,760 penalty for flying a drone inside the Paul Brown Stadium during the NFL game. He was inside the stadium with a drone. Okay.
Now, who do you blame?
Crowd?
Security.
Huh?
Who do you blame?
Right.
Him or security?
Security is unknown to me. I thought they had metal detectors and things like that, but that's none of my business.
They looked at it as a camera bag and
thought nothing of it. But here's even another one. Little Rock, Arkansas. Guy has been fined $5,000 for nearly colliding with a helicopter. Okay, now every one of these stresses this. Listen to what I'm about to tell you. He was hit with $5,000 for nearly hitting a helicopter July 30th, 2022. The drone, which was being flown without a remote pilot certificate, crashed after being caught in a rotor wash of the helicopter. Now, I'm stressing remote pilot certificate. They're getting these people for not having a Part 107. If you had a Part 107, I'm not saying they would have been any easier on you, but another case was the two guys that were fined $16,000 and $4,000 for flying during the Super Bowl in 2022. The airspace was designated national defense airspace, and the operators were found to be flying without a remote pilot certificate.
Now, you know what's funny about that? Let's go back to our world again. And you guys know I coach football, and Lawrence does the filming of the games. Now he seems that he is taking over as the chief engineer of operations over there.
I'm trying to keep stuff off the resume, and you just keep disavowing all of this information.
But
I'm a regular camera guy. No, I'm trying not to take on more than I can.
The question has come into play.
Yes.
How do we get a drone up at the game to film the games, because the footage is nice?
Yeah.
Now, I've expressed to them several times that legally that Lawrence and I both cannot do this as Part 107 pilots without applying for a waiver and going through all the proper channels of having equipment for the drone that we're going to use for this. They want to know how you can get around this. I said, well, what you can do is you can buy your son a drone and have your son put it up there and hope that no one complains. That's the easiest way about it. But the second I put a drone up there, anyone says anyone makes a big deal out of it, there's a problem.
Right.
So there's no way around doing it the legal way.
True. But they keep trying. I don't even tell them I have a drone in my bag anymore. I used to show up before the game, and before the game, I would go fly. Now, I wouldn't film the guys practicing on the field. I would go fly. I would fly up and away from the stadium, go look around, take pictures, stuff like that. But no, now I don't even tell them I have a drone in a bag. And 3 batteries? What? It's worse enough. I got to hook up all of the huddle equipment and all that by myself now, because the help they gave me. We're not going to talk about that. I digress.
Yeah. So Lawrence, there's a whole lot happening. No, seriously, listen. I'm trying to work on something and how it can be done.
Right. Well, back to the story about the $341,000 in fines. Guys, be diligent when you fly. I'm not saying, oh, look around. If I take off from here, wonder if the FAA is going to run up on me. They're not going to do it like that. But if you have your drone is registered and it has remote ID,
Mhm.
you can get a letter in the mail and say you've exceeded 400 feet.
Well, that's why they said that law enforcement has access to your information, but the system will collect the information of the drones that are activated. Now, all it states is that, okay, so you're in this area. Somebody says, okay, I saw the drone in this area at such time. It was doing this, that, and the other. If they really wanted to push the issue, I'm quite sure they can go find the records. Hey, Angie.
Hey, Angie. Yeah, that's true. If somebody wanted to complain, if a drone fell out of the sky and buzzed somebody in the head, they should be able to pull up the remote ID records for that area.
Well, if it busts somebody in the head, more than likely the drone is in pieces.
Yeah, and they'll be able to identify anyway, yeah.
Yeah. Now, if you was able to collect it and get out of Dodge, then, you know.
The views and opinions heard tonight are not necessarily the views and opinions of everyone on the panel and or in the chat.
Listen. You know why you got so many hit and runs? Because guys got problems with their license or they don't want to pay no more.
Yeah, I know. They're riding dirty.
So, okay.
How are you, Angie? Hope you're not working too hard, Angie.
Angie!
You know?
No, Lawrence, what I wanted to get into next was the fact that we had Randall on the stream quite some time ago.
Mm-hmm.
And
who's Randall from?
From Anzu Robotics, the CEO.
Okay.
Anzu Robotics. And it seems like Anzu Robotics is facing scrutiny from I should say the U.S. lawmakers, and this is due to their so-called relationship with DJI. You know, the House Select Committee.
Yeah.
He is raising some concerns about Anzu Robotics might being pass-through for DJI. You know, I guess that this is saying that the House Senate Committee or Select Committee, I should say, is they're what they do is that they're straight between the competition between the U.S. and the Chinese Communist Party.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they actually don't do anything. They feel that they're trying to circumvent the shit, this is hurting bad.
Oh, your arm. Sorry, man.
They circumvent the sanctions that are on according to what they're saying here is basically that what they're trying to do is say is that DJI is using them to actually get their product sold here without dealing with the sanctions and the things proposed upon DJI. Now, what I find interesting about that is that, you know, the chairman and this other gentleman there in the committee, they actually wrote Mr. Warner's, the CEO at Anzu Robotics, letter looking in for an answer on to their relationship with DJI. And excuse me. company's relationship with DJI. And the reason why I find this to be funny is that, you know, I remember when Randall was here, he didn't hide anything. Nothing. He's always said, and it was confirmed.
Yes.
It was confirmed. They claimed that the Raptor and the Raptor T are DJI is DJI Mavic 3 Enterprise, just painted green.
Right.
You know what I mean? But we have to understand that the remote and everything is all on DJI's equipment too. But the software that's used to operate this thing is an American company, which happens to be a loft, and everything's on the on American servers. But they claim that Mr. Warner's admitted that he is trying to circumvent the sanctions on DJI with this plan, and I don't see an issue with this because of the simple fact is it's just the licensing of using their design, their programs. Well, not their program, but their design of what their product that they've designed to and their spec. Now, if you can find a software to operate that spec and
using their SDKs,
right, and within the parameters of what they've all talked about in all of these bills from the defense bill there and what was that, the CCP and all the other bills that they've ever proposed, they were concerned about the country of origin of the company and manufacturing. They didn't say anything about the design. Now, what they are interested in is Chinese-made parts. Now, from all of those bills that were spoken and talked about, I've always seen that there was a grace period to have these companies in America have all American parts.
Right.
Now, to have that happen, you would have to create the ecosystem of manufacturing here, which means that all of the parts that you need to make a drone has to be manufactured here.
Correct. And we know that's almost impossible.
Are we ready for that?
No.
And how long are we going to do this?
True.
You know, so that's where, like I said, Randall never swayed from that. I mean, I've read this article and I've read a couple other articles and stuff, and I don't see where he has ever once swayed from what he ever said here on this interview with us and with anyone else on any other YouTube channel. It was always said that it was about a licensing deal, and it is the same exact product that DJI put out in a place in time, meaning that whatever it was as far as DJI was concerned with their upgrades, that's what that drone was, and it was up to them to now take it with their software and do any other upgrades that they needed to do with that drone, and for it to run off of the Aloft software that was to pilot this and not be piloted with the what's that, the Pilot 2 app that on the so I just don't understand why something like this is still an issue, where honestly a drone like this is a perfect drone for the United States because the United States can learn from a drone like this. You can take this drone and reverse engineer it and come up with a product of your own.
True, but I wanted to point out something, and this is how you know it's a crock of bull, because those of you who don't know what an SDK is a software development kit that says, okay, I built this cell phone here. Okay. This cell phone is proprietary. It's owned by me. I'm going to sell Herman, well, give Herman the SDKs to, or the operating system to this phone to write whatever software he wants. Therefore, Herman and I would go into a licensed agreement saying he has permission to use my technology and hardware to adapt it as a phone for the use in his company and custom write software for it. And this happens around the world all the time. And DJI is just one of thousands and thousands of companies that do this.
Mm-hmm.
You have watch companies that do it, and it's a transference of data, transference of knowledge.
Companies that do it,
right? Multiple. So for them to say Anzu Robotics is down with the CCP and it's still a DJI drone, it's not. It is a DJI drone in parts, materialistically, but when you have a United States company writing the software for it and it's being made and put together in Malaysia, China has nothing to do with this. Therefore, they should just let it go. But this is another crock just to throw a wrench in the works to keep all China drones from coming in. If you're going to do that, you got to do it with the cell phones, the refrigerators. What about the cars we send to China to be built and then in pieces and sent back here whole, Herman? What about all of that? And people have to ask. Go ahead.
well, what I'm looking at with this, and I like I said, I look at this and like I said, Randall was here on the show, Mr. Warner's, and he was transparent the whole time. And this article tries to make it seem as if it's like I got him kind of thing. And I don't think it's an I got him kind of thing, because once again, like you said, it was about, in your words, it's about country of origin. Where's the country
Right.
that produces this thing? And where is it manufactured? You don't want
I
to
have one
know
question.
manufacturing, and you wanted country of origin to be United States. Okay,
Right.
cool. Fine.
I have one question.
Now, if there's a way of manufacturing this drone here in the United States, what the United States needs to do is to take this drone and learn from this drone and to be able to manufacture those parts.
Mm-hmm. Reverse engineer it. But here's my question. In order to allow Anzu Robotics and Mr. Randall Warnes and his company to come into existence in the United States to sell drones from outside of the country, he's had to pay several taxes, have several certifications, several laws. You got the FCC. You have all of this shit going on, and now all of a sudden you're going to say, "Hey, we think your drones are related to China." It was okay when you were taking his money to start this fucking business.
Well, I mean, that is what it is. I mean, and from what I'm understanding now, DJI has answered this back to say that, because everybody is so concerned about the fact that DJI, as of 2020, consumes estimate of 77% of commercial drone market, with approximately 90% the users in public safety. This is why DJI won't be banned, because if you can't do better,
yeah,
you're not going to leave. You're not going to leave your public safety people.
And Barkley just called me potty mouth.
Yeah, he is. But
can I just say this real quick? How come the United States takes everything from around the world and re-engineers it to see how it works so they can make their own, but they didn't do it with the drones? You know why? Because they don't have a plant to freaking make one.
Oh, well, I don't know. There's drones being made. I just think that the United States. The United States is a horse with blinders on. We focus on one thing, and then that's doing. Everybody focuses. See, we was all stuck on the social media, and then we were stuck on this, and we get stuck on one other thing, and then we stuck on that one other thing, and everybody focuses towards that. Now, not one of our companies out there has a fucking phone you can call.
No, but Jim Jones says, "Why don't you say take DJI and change the software?" That's what Anzu Robotics did. They went into a contract with DJI saying, "We will have your drones manufactured in Malaysia, and we will create our own software using your SDKs." That's exactly what they did, Jims. And now the United States is saying, "Hey, he's in cohorts with." No, he's not. We need a company here in the United States that can supply drones for our law enforcement, emergency services, etc. And right now, Holly Stone ain't gonna fucking do it. Plain and simple. Oh, see, Herman got a potty mouth now.
Yeah, but yeah, that is what they're proposing, and I don't know. Listen, like I said, DJI has answered back, and DJI has talked about the whole licensing deal too, and they insist that they're not damn this cough. That they're not what is it? They're not a subsidiary, or they're not in any kind of way part of their company. You know, I listen.
Well, they go into detail to say, I got to read this paragraph for it to make sense. DJI further explains less than 6% of its shares and under 1% of voting rights are held by state-owned banks, municipal investment funds, and capital management companies. However, the companies emphasize that these entities function as institutional investors, unlike the bullshit that's coming on from the United States saying that they're affiliated with the CCP and things like that. We have no control over what happens to our product once it leaves the shelf.
Do you see? And this is important for this to be said. And you know why this needs to be said? Because the United States, all of our lawmakers take for granted that you know nothing of how it functions in China.
Right.
You see, and they say, I know that this is where I'm going to lose some of you guys because you guys don't like to talk politics. But the United States, the propaganda machine, they like to teach American people to be afraid of everyone else. Now, I'm not saying that I'm a friend of China's and that China's a friend of ours. No, they're doing business. But if I don't know or you don't know, they can tell you and I anything about what's going on over there, and we're supposed to just believe it. Now, what I do know is the fact that if DJI drones were actually doing something malicious, you would cease and desist them right away now, cold turkey.
Yes.
There wouldn't be any time period. There would be no talk about it.
Yes. Yes, they would have nipped it in the butt long time ago.
So I don't know why DJI would need to keep it.
They would have had a special hearing about it. Congress would have got together. They would have wrote a bill and went against at DJI. And why is DJI still selling drones and why are they still coming into the country? You know why? Because DJI is paying taxes on those drones that are being sold here. Okay. So either you want them to be here in the United States or you don't. Pick a side. Sounds like they're contradicting themselves. Well, we don't want DJI here, but they're still allowing them to come in. Their drones are spies. They have heartbeat sensors. They could probably tell if Herman's lying, looking through his glasses, whatever the technology is, you know. But there is no proof, and you know our government. If we had proof of something, they would be blasting it on TV and everywhere, so you could say, "See, I told you that they were effed up."
Trust me, they would have stopped them right away.
Yes, true.
Right
So until you hear something else about this ban, are they coming up to vote in September? Yes. If they ban DJI, that just bans DJI drones from coming into the United States. Well, guess what? We have millions of drones still here already, still in boxes that
That's
can
far
be
better
sold
than what you
and
still
brought
have.
and flown here in the United States.
You know what's crazy about that? God forbid that they did do that to their first responders,
Yeah.
take away their ability to get a new drone in the next 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
I think the drones that we already have are still better than what they can produce in the next 2 years.
Right. If the United States, right. Now, I agree with you, Herman. Say the United States had the technology to build their own drones, they would still be years behind DJI. You know why? Go ahead.
We do have the technology. We just don't have the infrastructure to do it affordably.
To do it consistently.
Affordably.
Right.
We can't bring the price down under the price of under the price. We can't bring the price of a drone of the Mavic 3 status, or say even the Air series, down less than what a cost that it would cost you retail to purchase.
Right.
On an M30.
The price of these consumer drones that we buy for $1,500 and $2,000 would be the price of an enterprise drone right now at present day time.
No.
You don't think
if
so?
You're buying an American enterprise drone at the same level of, say, like your Air series or your Mavic 3 series. For something like that from an American company, you're going to spend what you would spend for say the M30.
You see what Jody put?
Not more.
We have the technology. We gave it away to China. And I said, that's exactly what our problem was. We gave away the technology so someone else can do it for us.
No, we're focused on something else. We get fixated in this country on one thing, and we focus on that and nothing else. And that's why technologies are able to run wild elsewhere.
That's true. That's true.
Plus, our STEM programs were shot to shit for the last few years. Yeah, go ahead, Barkley. They stifled the STEM programs, and now I remember we did a stream a couple of years ago, and we talked about how Elaine Chao had just proposed money towards opening up these programs again, but it was only on the college level. We also interviewed here a school teacher who was here in Brooklyn, who has a STEM program there with the kids and doing all kind of drone stuff, drone math and science. They're doing all kind of stuff with the drones. They're doing coding and at school right in East New York. So it's just now starting to pick up in the United States. It's so far behind.
Well, see, our problem here in the United States is it's true. We do have the technology, but we can't afford to pay someone $100 to put together 4 screws. In China, they don't do that. I don't know what the pay scale is, but my point is we're paying people $16 to flip a freaking hamburger here in the States, and they can't even do that shit right.
Well, I'll go back to you once again. You see, this is the problem and what you fail to realize. $16 is nothing. You know why it's nothing? Do you see the number on that when you pay your rent or when you put that mortgage check in the mail? You see the numbers on that? How can you pay that with $16?
Yeah.
Right. So $16 an hour, people supposed to be homeless.
True. You're right.
So this is why these things can't work and it won't happen. It just won't happen.
Right. Until we fix ourselves, we shouldn't be pointing fingers.
But so you can find a way to create that ecosystem. Because I'll tell you this once again. Now these graphics cards here, right? They're made in China, right? Okay.
Yep.
From what I understand, right? there's parts in here that come from different companies. Like the cooling system is made by what company makes
Liam Lee.
No. There's different companies that make parts in it, but you know what? All of the parts in here are made in the same manufacturer's building.
True. Yeah, that is true.
So you got three different manufacturers, right? You got three. Well, I shouldn't say manufacturer. You got three different name brand companies that have a part that is designed by their people that is in this graphics card, right? But those parts, those three companies, their stuff is made in that same building that makes that graphics card for MSI.
Right. Yeah. I get it.
Until you can create that here, you cannot bring the cost down.
True. That's true. They had a hard enough time turning the liquor distillers into alcohol producers. That was almost a hard enough thing for them to do.
I really
during
don't think
COVID.
so. I really don't think so. But you know what's the thing that I do notice? Like, when you look at how industry is pushed, do you remember when you started pushing they started pushing the recycling nationwide? Because New York didn't recycle for a while.
Yeah.
Now Under Armour and all these other companies that use that polypropylene that's made out of your plastic water bottles,
right,
pops up here in New York. If you want to do business in New York, sell food and alcohol, because they don't want you to do anything else. Anything else, they're going to try to get in your pockets. No?
You're right. You're right about that. You're 100% right about that.
You got to look at where the industry is going in your area.
But for the United States to allow Anzu Robotics to come into existence, knowing that we're using a law to write the software, which the United States said that was the issue, that their software from DJI was reporting back. DJI said, here's our technology. You can write to the software the way you want with your specifications, so you could still use this drone in your country. And now they're telling Anzu Robotics, so they're trying to add Anzu Robotics to that list of drones that they don't want here.
What is the deal?
Do you think it's going to happen? And how do you think the people feel who own these Raptor Anzu robotic drones?
Well,
thinking that they were using it as an alternative.
Well, I mean, it's a $2,000 more, a little close to, depending, a little less than $2,000 difference in price. Well, damn that, because it was about a little less. I just don't see how, and none of it is being controlled by DJI, that they know.
Right.
And
the servers are here in the United States.
When I say that they know, I'm not saying that of that they don't know, but saying they know that none of it is being controlled by DJI. It's correct. Just a DJI product. It's a shell of DJI's product. It's just all of DJI's parts in this thing, and it's being controlled by someone else.
Right.
Which is something that the United States can actually do with DJI drones, period. If they really wanted to, they could actually have their own operating systems implemented.
And they're not even being manufactured in China. They're being manufactured in Malaysia. So what are you going to say? Now we can't take drones from Malaysia too?
Well, where are the parts made?
Well, still in China, but
right. See, they can always cry that. But then they can also cry that with all of the American-made drones too.
True. This is true.
And then I will tell you this, that with the intricacy of a camera and all of the things that's involved with that, I'm not saying that we can't do it. But I will say this: if you tell me that Skydio is 100% American, I will tell you then that it's either a piece of shit or it's very expensive to produce.
Yeah, for real. For real.
And they could not produce enough of them to meet the DJI's demand. They couldn't
You're right
sell.
about that.
They
But
couldn't
you're
sell.
right. You're right, Draymond. This has nothing to do about security, but it's simple anti-China stance.
They
You're
couldn't
right.
get
But
right.
where
It
does
is.
it stop? It'll be anti-China. Japan comes out with a drone, DJI parts, whatever. They're gonna say anti-Japan,
Well, they
anti-Malaysia.
already have the drone from Japan. It is that it's this today, something else tomorrow, and this has been said for the longest time. I remember when you had your mayor was going after people's soft drinks and shit like that. You know, if it's this guy's freedom today and the next guy's freedom tomorrow, is this thing today and is that thing tomorrow? See, the bottom line is, and I said this to Lawrence before in a conversation, Raymond, they've seen the technology work with the hobbyists for quite some time and people who have broken into the market in the Part 107, and they want it for themselves now.
That's another show in itself, Ronnie. Why does China own so much land in America?
They want
That's
it for
another live
themselves.
stream in itself. We could go on for hours about that one.
That's basically what it's coming down to, Draymond. They want this. They want it for themselves.
Yeah, yeah. We know this. They want it all.
They want it for themselves. They don't want the interference. They don't want the interference. The more guys the more drones we can keep out of the airspace, the more we can do what we want. We understand that you've been operating safely up there, and we see that. And that's something we'd like to explore. So if you kindly move out of the way, I can do that.
Right.
And it all started with the get down or lay down deal that they gave to what's that, Parakeet, and what was the other company there?
TikTok. They wanted to TikTok and yeah.
No, the drone companies. Yeah, when they gave you, what was that? Your company there, what was it?
Skydio,
Parakeet, and all them other companies. The deal of getting down or lay down. You can make government drones, or you can make nothing.
Laziest mindset. Take what you want and cut others out of the equation.
And DJI didn't take the deal. And the only way to get, well, when we look here, 77% of they're saying of commercial and consumer drones is DJI drones. That is for the drones operating willy-nilly in the airspace safely all of these years. If we can eliminate the majority of them, you understand what I'm saying too? And the only way to do that is to eliminate the guy that's putting them there. It's DJI.
Yeah.
If we can eliminate DJI, then there will be no drones flying around in that national airspace. So we can do what we please because you guys have shown us the way.
Yep. Yep. That's exactly what it is. But we digress. Eventually they'll wake up and say, hey, are we shooting ourselves in the foot?
Especially you guys with the long distance flights. You have shown them the way.
See, you're supposed to go dun-dun-dun. Right? Winning wars not about weapons, just get control over communications. You're the winner. You're right. Because countries do it all the time. In the Middle East, you know what they do to keep the rest of the civilians from finding out what's going on in the world? They control the internet flow, the information flow.
Of course.
You know, if they don't want you to see what's happening outside of the country, guess what? They control all of that.
Of course.
Just flick a switch.
Real easy.
Other countries do it so easily. And here in the United States, there would be such an uproar. Oh, no, you cut off my damn TikTok? Oh, hell no. Marcel, how are you, man? Hope all is well.
Marcel.
Good to see you, man.
What's going on?
You guys are sending a little bit of cool air down here in Canada. Y'all can keep it up there for a little longer. The internet destroyed society. Yeah.
Okay. I mean, I don't.
Or did society kill the internet?
You know what? I can go into a whole long thing about how I feel about it, and I think that might be for another live stream or a different live stream.
Yeah.
But I don't. I think that I'm just going to leave it at this. A mind is a terrible thing to waste.
Okay. Yeah, I could agree with you on that.
Because the most sophisticated animal on this planet has a mind that can do some great things. But that mind has only been used to destroy the world it lives in.
Oh, no. You're right. You know, Ronnie's got issues, right?
What?
See what he put? A couple of kids asked me, what is it like for me growing up? So I took their phone, shut off their internet, gave them a popsicle, and told them not to come home till the streetlights come on. Some kids wouldn't know how to get home without the phone.
They'd be inside the second you close the door. You turn around and be right there.
Right?
I'm not leaving here. There's food.
It's true. The mind can be easily manipulated. Sad, but true.
Oh, I'm
What
not
can
talking
you
about manipulating anything. I am not talking about manipulating anything. The most intelligent mind is the most destructive mind in the world.
Unfortunately.
The most intelligent brain is the brain that is the most dangerous on the planet.
No, not mine. They're messing with Ronnie.
All an intelligent mind needs is money to back it in the United States, and that would be it. We can destroy the world.
Oh,
and they
please.
would. And they would.
Yeah.
And that's any country. All intelligent minds just do destructive shit. I said a mind is a terrible thing to waste. But yeah, Lawrence, moving right along. You know, this was a Tokyo-based telecommunications operator, KDDI Corporation.
Yeah.
And the Japanese airline, they recently announced that they have they basically designed operations and tested a system that will allow one pilot to operate multiple drones from one location. So apparently what they did was a demonstration that with one pilot operating 3 drones from over 60 miles away.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Sounds interesting, right? We spoke about this before in other programs and other companies getting together, stuff like this. You know, now, especially with beyond visual line of sight working, as everybody's needing to go beyond visual line of sight, especially now that guys can fly from New York, Brooklyn, New York to Bayonne, New Jersey. Flying beyond visual line of sight is something that has been proven by the drone community.
True.
So don't get slapped with a fine. Get your waivers and do it the right way.
Yeah, if you didn't hear about the $314,000 in fines that the FAA is giving out that we talked about earlier, I suggest you go back and watch that part of the stream because they're giving out tickets all over the United States.
What did you think about this, Lawrence? Didn't they have like multiple?
I like this because this shows that Japan is doing the same thing the United States and the rest of Europe, the rest of Asia and parts of Europe are doing. They're creating an ecosystem for search and rescue emergency services, and then once that infrastructure is up and running, I'm sure they will allow other services, etc. This story says that these drones with payload, a 30-kilogram payload, the drones alone weighed up to 220 pounds in total. In fact, it said the tested drone featured a maximum flight speed of 60 kilometers an hour, maximum flight time of 35 minutes, along with up to a 30-kilogram payload. This represents nearly 220 pounds of load-bearing UAV, all controlled by a single operator, and he operated 3 of them. Let me see if I could open this up in a new tab. They actually have a maps of the 3 drones that this guy, I'm actually snatching the image, but they have a map.
They were delivering disaster relief supplies, right?
Yes.
In the demonstration.
Yeah.
And it was done in like multiple locations, right?
If you look at this picture in the lower right-hand corner, those were the 3 routes that each drone took that one operator controlled. All mountainous area, as you see, 1, 2, the 3rd drone. Each drone had its own flight path, and he was able to control. The one is hidden behind the yellow, but you slightly see the blue there. But you get the idea of it. They're designing an ecosystem to fly multiple drones in, just like we are.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, a lot of good things happening in the drone community, drone world.
And this is in Japan.
Mm-hmm. Listen, the technology will trickle down and it will spread. Whatever they're doing, we'll do. You know, there's companies. We talk about companies all the time. American companies, European companies. They're all testing these things from fuel. When I say fuel, I mean that the power source of any kind.
Yeah, hydrogen is coming on big.
We can get more flight time. The biggest thing now is public safety, public search and rescue, and these things like that. The police departments, they need these products to be able to do things, and these are the things that are being tested, and these are the things that are being improved. We're seeing the day and age where the consumer drones are getting smaller and smaller, and some of them even being phased out. It's like I said to you, you got 2 companies doing consumer, and one of them was talking about going enterprise.
Yeah, true. But you know what's funny? If there is a life in a world for consumer drone pilots and hobbyists, they're leaning more towards under the 250 range, the 250 gram range.
Well, even in the commercial space, we're talking about. Look at this talking about operating 3 drones, 1 pilot.
Yeah.
More and more, we're eliminating the pilot.
True. Well, that's with anything. Before, you needed so many men to operate the subway system. We run on 1/3 of that now. All of it's electronics. Switch tracks. Computers are watching computers. And then you got one guy watching a room full of computers.
Those things.
Huh?
We've always had those things.
Yeah, but it's critical. Hey, B-Mac, how are you? Hope all is well on your end. Will.
Wait a minute. We forgot the last sponsor, Lawrence.
What happened?
Got the last sponsor. You know that?
Yeah, forgot about that.
% off on all Nanook products. Right? That's Phantom Flight 10 for 10% off on all your Nanook products. If you need to protect your drones, your gimbals, watches, Lawrence, jewelry, cameras, anything you need, they make a case for. Check them out. And then the link is in the description. And for you guys out there, we've mentioned things about what's going on with DJI, Anzu Robotics, and them coming after the drone community and the drones that we fly, period. There's also a link down in the description for the Drone Advocacy Alliance. Please, guys, let your voice be heard. Go on there and shout.
Keep doing it. It's working.
Mountaintops. They're starting to hear us, and I think that if they can hear us some more, and they actually know, because I think that they really understand that they're being lied to by the people who have a stake in gaining something from this. So just keep shouting from the top of the mountain, guys.
True. This is true. And we definitely appreciate you guys for coming back and continuously letting us be able to share this information with you. I mean, there's a lot of drone shows out there that talk a little, they dabble. We do a little more than dabbling. We try to get stories that will, may, or have some way, shape, or form affect you, or you may learn something from it.
You know what? A guy
do we go squirrel every now and then? Of course.
A guy once asked me, where do you find some of these stories that you talk about on Wednesday night with those guys? And I explained to him. Next thing you know, he was doing it. But in 2 weeks, we got a little barbecue coming up.
And that barbecue starts at 9 a.m. on the 21st of September.
It's not a secret. There's no secret locations. There's no secrets.
Yep. Come on, guys. Come hang out. It should be okay. We don't even know how many people are coming, but there will be enough food and water for everyone. In fact, I'm so ecstatic, Herman. I've decided to do some window shopping. Not for watches. It's been a minute.
What?
Actually, I'm on. When I say window shopping, I do it online. So I'm actually looking at this right here, looking to see this Gep RC Synlog 25.
Oh, look at this!
I've been looking at it for a while, and it seems that it may be in the near future I may be able to afford one day.
Something else is going to be broken.
There's the 03 unit on the bottom, which I think is cool, but I'm doing research now. I'm trying to find out if it's cheaper to buy this and build it, or buy it together already.
I know it will fly if you buy it together already.
Oh shit. Brooklyn Jimmy goes, Galaxy Watch Ultra. No, dude. I'm not buying. I do.
He already has one.
I do own a Galaxy Watch, though. I do own a Galaxy Watch, but I don't have the Ultra. I will tell you right now, as the Syn line is solid and stable and no vibrations, with others, the others have issues from my flights, and others I know who, other people who have. Okay, because my toss up, Marcel, is to actually get it. It's just to be able to put some bills on the side and not buy a few watches for a while. But anyway, it's that time, Herman.
Anyway, you have anything else to say to the people? Anything at all?
No, that's it. You guys enjoy your week. We should see you next weekend. We don't foresee anything coming up.
Not that I know of. Well, anyway, it's been nice hanging out with you guys this evening, tonight, this afternoon, whichever one you want to call it. And we appreciate you all. We thank you once again for coming and hanging out with us. And with that, Lawrence, and we'll see you next time with those guys.
Later. Thank
Good night.
you.